At the end of Avengers Endgame, Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, used his glove covered with Infinity Stones to snap his finger and destroy Thanos, even though he knew he was going to die. This expected end of Tony Stark was the only result that our heroes won out of the 14 million possible endings that Doctor Strange saw in Infinity War. This is one of the most curious questions after Sacrifice. If Steve Rogers, aka Captain America, snapped his finger instead of Iron Man, what kind of end would have been waiting for us? The first question we have to ask here is whether Steve Rogers can survive snap finger. There are also two other things that we need to consider: the high amount of energy that will result from using the Infinity Stones, and the superhuman metabolism of Steve Rogers. Now let's refresh our memories a little. I'm sure you all remember that both Thanos and the Hulk suffered serious injuries while using the Infinity Stones. If Captain America had done the snap, he probably wouldn't have survived the extraordinary energy that would have come out, despite having an unprecedented metabolism. As a matter of fact, the reason Tony Stark didn't die in the first place was because he had an advanced nanotechnological armor. If Steve Rogers had used the Infinity Stones without such protection, he would most likely have died instantly. Although most fans think Iron Man's farewell is inappropriate, I think there couldn't be a better ending than this when we look at it from the point of view of character development. Tony Stark had an irresponsible, careless and selfish personality when he first started wearing his armor, but over time he took responsibility for the power he had and evolved into a much more serious character. Of course, if Tony Stark hadn't sacrificed himself, he might have been waiting for a very happy life with his beloved wife Pepper and their little daughter Morgan, but it's worth remembering that the real plot of Avengers Endgame is based on closing the Tony Stark book privately. As a result, Tony sacrificed himself to save the future of his loved ones, and I think there could be no more legendary ending for this Iron Man character. In addition, thanks to this, we also received an answer to the following question that was asked to us in the first films. Tony, someone who can sacrifice himself for everyone? It absolutely is. On the other hand, this ending allowed the self-sacrificing Steve Rogers, who has made many sacrifices throughout his life, to live his own life for the first time as well. Going back in time, Steve Rogers, who lived a happy and long life with his only love, Peggy Carter, thus got a chance to make up for some of the years he had lost. So, who do you think should have snapped fingers instead of Iron Man? Write your feedback and thoughts in the comments. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like the video, don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications. Until the next video, take care, goodbye.